In a world full of boring marketing misfits, get ready for the ride of your life with Dean Holland in The Drive.
Good morning, welcome to another episode of The Drive. So, the past 5 days, we launched something called the Quick Start Challenge. Now, just to be clear, I haven't been involved in like the typical product launch space where you have, all these, where you have JVs and affiliates promoting your products during the product launch and really basically try and get your product into the hands of as many people that need it as possible in a short window. So it's been at least 2 years, and so to be honest, I'm very much not in that space. So as you will know if you listen to the drives or follow me at all, like my business model is basically where we create sales funnels and we drive, paid advertising through them, and we don't really, yes, we have our certified partner program, but essentially we don't operate with a typical product launch style business anymore with joint venture partners and affiliates. And so it's been quite a discovery, to be honest. I've seen huge changes in what's happened in the industry over the years and how it's shifted and how it's evolved. And ultimately, yes, we got we managed to obviously sell some of the Quick Start Challenge, but things certainly didn't go to plan, is the truth. I've been analysing all night because the product launch actually ended at midnight last night. I was up very late, which is why I'm late to the office today. It's 10 a.m. now. And so I want to just kind of fill you in over this next couple of minutes on the way to the office exactly what happened, what the results were. So we sold, I think, somewhere in the region. I haven't checked the final exact number, but it was in the region of over 200 units. So it was a $197 offer. We sold over 200 units, I don't know, 210, somewhere between 200 and 210 units, I believe, give or take. So with the upsell sales, there was a total of, I think, somewhere in the region of $51,000 generated in the last 5 days. So average $10,000 a day in sales. Now, the way in which we set this up is we paid 75% commission, so we haven't really actually made any money. And obviously, the great thing is that we raised, I think, somewhere in the region of $4,000, probably a bit more, $4,000 for our charity cause, which is basically meaning for every person that joined the Quick Start Challenge this year, we are giving $20 towards buying Christmas presents and taking Santa to terminally ill children this Christmas. So that's the good news. That's a great thing. And it's great that obviously we've got now 200 plus people to work with over the next 30 days in the Quick Start Challenge coaching program. So we've got 200 people that we can really help and deliver immense value to now, which is amazing. But ultimately, let's just straight talk. It really didn't go as well as hoped, okay? And so I've been analysing why that is. Now, one of the key things, there's a few reasons, conversions could have been better, although they weren't bad. Earnings per click is really the main metric that our affiliates are looking at, and I think in total, I think the EPC, so for every visitor sent to the sales page, on average, I think it was somewhere like $5 or $6 per click was made across all the board of traffic. Now, the problem is that a lot of the affiliates, or many of the affiliates that promoted early on in the launch, like day one, they didn't make sales, all of them, immediately. So a few of them, and I'm not talking they sent mass amounts of traffic, I'm talking like people sent like 30 to 60 visitors and didn't get a sale. And here's where I say, you can see how the industry has shifted over the years, and it's really confirmed my decision that years ago I left that space to focus on being more dependent on my own traffic and growing my business, being in control myself with my own sales funnels. Because here's how the industry has shifted. Like, the way in which this offer would have absolutely crushed it, done, you know, multiple six figures over the last 5 days instead of, you know, the 50-something thousand, is with the nature of the industry now, a lot of product launches are lower price, like $10, $30, $47, in that area, okay? Or a lot of them are software based, which people tend to put a higher perceived value on. This was an info product, a live info product. And so here's where things fell down. Like, affiliates ultimately, and I'm so grateful for all the support we did get, just to be clear here, but here's how people would have absolutely crushed it, and many did, is like, with this type of offer, they needed to promote during the entire 5 days and commit to it as a promotion for 5 days. But instead, what people generally do, unfortunately nowadays, I see, is like, they promote a product, they send a few visitors, if they don't see immediate sales, then they move on and they promote something else the next day and something else the next day and the next day. And that's what a lot of people do. They keep moving on to the next launch. But with the nature of this, what needed to ultimately happen is, if people would have got eyes on the offer and on the first day and then continued to follow up with their audiences and continue to push, obviously we had a 5-day launch here, so the timer on the last day was down to 24 hours until the cart closed. And ultimately, even with a lot of affiliates just moving on, the last day yesterday was the biggest day by a significant amount. And so that's what I've seen. That's one of the big reasons I believe this wasn't a multi-six-figure launch, is because it needed the support throughout the entire 5 days. And unfortunately, if people didn't see that immediate sale on day one, then they didn't continue. A lot of people didn't continue to follow up with their audiences and leads. Now, those that did absolutely crushed it. You know, there was people that made thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in commissions. Some 5-figure affiliates that made 5 figures, and so that's my observation. Now, obviously, yes, there's certain things, like. I never look to put blame on anyone else. It's always, you've got to look at, where did we go wrong here? What did we not get right? And ultimately, I feel what we perhaps should have done is, leading way up to the launch, we should have definitely put more emphasis on educating the affiliate into that approach, because I knew that would be the case. I said that right from the very beginning, that's what needed to happen, and all the sales would come in the majority of the sales would come as the cart was nearing its end in the final 48, 24 hours, and I was completely correct. And so, just some interesting observations. There's definitely been shifts in the industry. Back when I was heavily involved in affiliate marketing and product launches many, many years ago, you did commit to like a full launch period. You didn't look at any other products launching. It was like, right, I'm focused on this one and only campaign for the next 7 to 10 days, and that's it. But now I think really there's so many people launching every day, and I can just see that what basically happens is affiliates kind of, they want to support their friends and they want to support the people that have supported them. And because there's so many launches continually, people see it, I think, and I may be completely wrong, but it's just my opinion. I think that people see it that actually they can't really afford, in a roundabout way, to commit to one launch for a certain period of time, like 5 to 7 days, when their friends are launching continually. So they need to give the support there and the support there, and almost spread the support, when factually, if you commit to one thing, you probably make more money anyway than supporting all those different things. And there's many other things that we could talk about there, but ultimately, that's kind of what I think. I think it's amazing that we got 200 people now to work with for the next 30 days in the challenge. It's amazing the support that we got and the people that did so well. And we're so appreciative. But just an interesting observation, you know, just interesting to see how the industry has shifted and evolved, and how that certain sector of the marketplace, how it now behaves and how it operates. And just an interesting observation. So, yeah, definitely some lessons learned there in generating over $50,000 with the Quick Start Challenge over the last 5 days. Very interesting indeed. For me, I probably won't be doing a product launch again, just because there's so much that goes into it. And I just think, like, I'd already pulled away from that marketplace and pulled away from that. And this is kind of just confirmed, like, no, it's not really this. It's not the space I want to operate. We do what we do so incredibly well with our own traffic, our own sales funnels, our certified partners, and focusing on all of that and growing that and building deeper and bigger and better sales funnels. And with this, it takes such an amount of work. And as we can see, like, it doesn't necessarily always work out after all that work. So. A great result, not as great as it could have been. There's some feedback, there's some insight into what my observations are in the industry. And with that said, have a great day. It's time for me to jump in and carry on crushing these goals, and got to work with these people and see their businesses grow, which is incredibly exciting. So with that said, guys, have a great day. Thanks for joining me on another episode of The Drive. This is Dean Holland signing out.